Hey, good morning. Thank you so much for tuning into this Refuel Devotional. My name is Jason Kane, and I'm so thankful you decided to start your morning right here with us today. It is no secret that anxiety is a deep and stressful part of the world that we live in today. The Bible has some very wise sayings to say about anxiety, but I want to hone in on one that's found in Proverbs chapter 12, verse 25. The writer says this: anxiety weighs the heart down, but kind words cheer it up. In Proverbs chapter 12, verse 25, the writer is making this very simple point, that people who are full of anxiety feel weighed down and feel burdened. But then on the flip side, it says those who have kind words know how to cheer individuals up. Now, anxiety is multifaceted and has a number of ways for showing up in people's lives. But this passage tells us as believers what we can say to those who are dealing with anxiety. As a counselor, many times I hear people say things that are not helpful to those who are dealing with anxiety. Let me share with you some very practical advice this morning on things to say and things not to say to someone who's dealing with anxiety. We'll first start with the list of things not to say. If you know someone who's dealing with anxiety and they've trusted you enough to come to you, you have an opportunity to share kind words with them. But let me also give you some words not to share. And let me preface by saying this. Many times we say these things thinking that they'll help the person when in actuality, they don't. So here are 5 things not to say to someone dealing with anxiety. The first is this: just relax. Listen, no one who's dealing with anxiety has heard the words just relax and instantly relaxed and anxiety has gone away. Let's make sure we don't say that. The second thing is this: don't say to them, you have nothing to be anxious about. Just because the situation or scenario wouldn't cause you anxiety doesn't mean that it's not happening to that individual. So do not say to someone dealing with anxiety, you have nothing to be anxious about. The third thing not to say is stop worrying so much. If they could stop worrying, they'd stop worrying, but they can't, and it's not helpful. The fourth thing is this: don't say to someone, it's all in your head. Telling them that minimizes the situation and does not make their heart cheerful and doesn't help them out. And the final thing not to say is, I know exactly how you feel. Chances are you don't. The list could go on and on of things not to say, but let me give you some very practical things to say to someone dealing with anxiety. First is this: I'm here with you. When someone's dealing with anxiety, oftentimes they feel alone. And for you to say, I'm here with you, you're simply saying that I will be present in this situation with you, that I love you enough to sit with you and be with you. That's the way of Jesus. Jesus said to his disciples, and lo, I will be with you always. Something about knowing that the presence of someone else will be with you is encouraging. The second thing to say to them is, you're not alone. This is a very similar statement to the first. It ensures them that what they're experiencing, they don't have to go through alone. The third thing to say to them is, it's okay to feel anxious. When you say these words, it gives them permission to continue to feel the way that they feel, but it also lets them know that you can sympathize and empathize with them. Another thing that you can say to an individual dealing with anxiety is, what can I do to help? These words, again, demonstrate or display empathy toward them and also gives them the opportunity to let you know how you can jump in and help them. Then the final one that I want to give you is this: you've overcome this before, you can do it again. This statement affirms to them or demonstrates to them, hey, you do have hope because I've seen you overcome this before. Proverbs challenges us to have kind words to cheer up individuals experiencing anxiety. And let's make sure that we speak those words, not to be dismissive, but to practice empathy and do things in such a way that lift them up. Let people know who have anxiety that you're with them, you love them, they can overcome this, and you will not dismiss them. Very practical advice this morning on how we can help others who are dealing with anxiety. Thanks for tuning in.